Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Natalie and I like to go thrifting for my eBay store and my vintage booth in Collinsville, Connecticut. So today I'm just going to pop to the Goodwill in Cheshire. It's near me and I've got to go to the post office to drop off some eBay sales. So come along and hopefully we can find some good things. Bye. Yes, I know. You didn't expect I thought I hadn't put it in park. Um, you didn't expect to see me so quickly, did you? So I went to the Goodwill in Cheshire and they had no trolleys. And the employees were using them to put clothes out because I'm guessing the CEO of Goodwill can't be bothered to give them clothing racks to put out. You know, I did get some really neat pieces of pottery, some really, really nice pieces, super heavy. I'm surprised I never dropped them. So I'm going to have to show you at the end. So what I've done is I've driven about 30 minutes and come to the Goodwill in Oxford because otherwise that would have been a really terrible video to add to the other ones. What can I say? And I'm hoping I can film because it is crazy busy in this car park. So this could be like the worst of the worst videos today. But I did get good pottery, so I mean, what can you expect? Nothing less. Bah. So, as you guessed it, I am doing a voiceover. I will explain at the end, but so busy and it was weirdly so quiet. I picked up this bag and I was going to get it mainly for myself. The color is really nice. I don't think it comes through that great on the video. It didn't end up getting it. I put it back. Loved this. Loved for $1.99. You can't go wrong, can you? Absolutely love that little vase. Lovely, lovely little smoky green color. I did get this little bell. Really love her. And look at this. I loved this. It does have numbers on it. Made in Italy. That's going to be really hard to part with. I picked that up, but I ended up putting it back because the comps weren't that great on it, so I just didn't bother. Shelves were packed, but it was so quiet. I really hope next time I can not be so nervous as well about people just earwigging. These were really nice, but I don't know. It's funny. I look back at stuff and say, maybe I should have got it. But at the time, I think if I didn't get it, then I didn't get it. So, oh, that little piggy was really nice. It was light, and I couldn't work out if it was like a new piece. I mean, I'm guessing it's somebody made it. These were fab. I really liked these. Those little ones, some of the tops were missing, and I was meant to look it up, and I don't remember if I did. But to be quite honest, I just don't know if these sort of things are still in. I did pick up these two little things and the picture that you see. That was chalkware behind really nice glass, you know, like the glare, the non-glare glass. So I picked up all of these, but the comps weren't fabulous on them. I know that artist is really a good one to find, but I'm thinking when it's put on these plates that it's not that great. There was tons of them as well, and I can't remember now how much they were. I flipped them over, didn't I? But I kept them in my trolley for a little bit, but once I got near the end, I just thought, no, I just don't think there's enough in it. I just don't want to hang on to stuff like that for too long. This was lovely, but look at that big old chip that was in it. So sad, because that was a really lovely vintage piece, that was. I do kind of like this this Goodwill. It is nice. This was a fabulous piece. One chip, all it takes, right? One chip to ruin the whole thing. It's so sad. And I always wonder with those pieces, did it come in chipped or did it just get destroyed when it got to Goodwill? Some nice things in here today. I spent quite a bit of time in here, keep going back through. This was a nice little piece. It was signed, but I'm not sure what it's used for. These were lovely. They were like some modern pieces. That was nice. I would have got that bee house for myself, but I think the price was a bit too much. I can't even remember now how much it was. And I've noticed while I'm editing that I've got my camera in the wrong, or my video in the wrong, what do you call it? Because it's, you know, it's gone too slim. That's lovely. It's very light and thin. So I've got to make sure that when I film next time that I'm in the right setting. I have never, isn't that weird? I mean, I've not done like 1,000 videos, but I've literally just noticed that. It's crazy what you all of a sudden notice. These are really nice pink, like it's like a dusty pink, but it was just those little saucers. There was nothing else. There was no cups, unless I completely missed it. I mean, I've missed my setting for how long? That reminded me of a dog bowl. Didn't have any writing on it, but it did not look like a little dog bowl. Just checking what these were. And they weren't spode, so they stayed there. I thought for a moment these might be Port Marion, but they weren't. They really looked like it. This was lovely, but as you guessed it, big old crack there that somebody fixed at one point. Hopefully you can't hear my neighbours outside. They're playing something. I did get this for myself. It was only the one I found. I think they might have been coasters, but I only found the one, so I'm going to put that on my wall. Didn't bother getting the rolling pin. There was a bag of knives and forks on this shelf, and a lady had picked it up. I didn't know what the noise was. I was on the other side of the store at the time. Love these old phones. And I heard all this clattering, and I did the same thing. I picked up and they all fell out the bag. Typical, right? This was really nice, and I've got something like that, but it was a lamp, but it didn't seem great. Really nice tray. I put that in the cart for a little while. I did look it up, actually. Hopefully, if I go back through this, I'll put up a comp or something. It's like an Israeli tray. That was me taking a picture again of all of those. But there was not much on that tray, and there was, I don't know, I didn't feel like it was going to do much. They wanted $24.99 for each of these lamps. That was a bit crazy. This was nice, and do you know what? I swear I've seen one of those as a kid, but I don't know if it was working or not without the battery. That was nice, but it was a little bit broken at the top, so I didn't get that. I did get this, and I'm afraid that's for myself. I'm going to put that on my blue wall. This little thing was absolutely lovely, hand painted, but let me tell you, that glass, that top glass was so thin. You know, and you can feel how thin the glass can be. It was so thin, I was worried that that would break. But that was a really nice piece. That piggy was lovely. This little milk glass, salt and pepper. I wasn't sure what the heck that was, some sort of canister. Nice little swan there, that was lovely. Those plates, gorgeous. Not much going on down there, I don't think. That was cute little. This was lovely, but there was no lid and no handle. So that was disappointing. This was a nice piece, but there was a nice old chip there, so didn't get that. Look at these old black and white pictures that somebody had framed. I can't remember his name. I know I've seen him in the movies, and I can't remember it. I'm terrible with names. Lovely frame. I thought, oh, this is lovely, but I think that's a Target one, isn't it? It's a nice frame, mind you. Not too much in the picture frames today, apart from that one that I've already shown you. This was really nice, but there wasn't much to it, you know. Yeah, just slightly boring, isn't it? It's nice, but it's not much to it. This was really lovely, but it broken inside. Somebody done a really good job on that. That's nice. That's a funny little guy that I saw. Isn't he funny? I thought like somebody had just come up with that. I honestly, when I Googled it, I didn't think I was going to see anything. Any Google images. Look at that. Somebody was selling it at a yard sale, I'm guessing, for like $4, and good old Goodwill wants $9.99 for it. Nice little watch jewelry box thing there. I suppose if people have got 10 watches. That was a nice little tie rack, and in the box, which was surprising. Look at this old box for some sort of exercise equipment. That was really light as a feather, that little jug. Nice basket, very nice sturdy basket there. But I've got quite a few baskets. Still can't control myself, but look at them. I nearly picked up another basket the other day. This section I don't normally have a rummage through, and I probably should, because you know how people go around and then they just put stuff random because they don't want to put it back in the normal section. So I should really rummage through this section a little bit more than I do. He was a cute little guy, and I did look him up, and there was one of him, but it didn't have a signature or anything. That blue picture there, that was a Pier 1 Imports. Not really sure if Pier 1 Imports make any money. That was a lovely vase. I did think about getting that for my orchids. That was really sweet. But for $3.99, I think that was a bit too much. This was lovely, and I honestly thought, because it was super heavy, that it was going to be have a signature on it, but they didn't. I was really surprised by that. I did get some glasses out of here, and I'm not sure if they came up on I don't know if I put the video up, and they were really nice. Look at the size of this chandelier. I couldn't find a price on it. Not that I'm in the market for a chandelier, but that I thought was absolutely huge. Humans, as usual, leaving their rubbish about. I had a quick mooch on the books and another quick mooch around the bags because it was getting really busy over there, and I kind of just wanted to get out of everybody's way. I do like looking at these books are really nice, actually. And if you were wanting books that, you know, for just stacking, those were very nice, I thought, neutral colours. If you just, you know, I thought they were lovely, actually. But I should have probably got them. There you go. Doing it again, looking at them going, yeah, probably should have got those. Those were nice. But yeah, I got some really nice glasses here. Not these ones. I would have got these because these were really nice. And when I looked them up, they did pretty well. But there was a chip. And you couldn't feel it. You could just see it because the glasses were so thick. So I didn't bother getting those, which was a shame. But I found some really nice glasses. This was so heavy, and I looked it up and it said it was Mexican blown glass, and I ummed and ahed over this one too, but I certainly wouldn't ship it, and I don't have any space in the booth right now, so I didn't want to put it in there. So there's those glasses I got in the end. I don't know why I didn't film those ones. Those do quite well. And it is everything else I got. Not bad, right? That's from my orchids. Hello, my lovelies. Well, I probably would have told you on the voiceover that it was so crowded in there, and I didn't even have to worry about the music this time. You could have heard a pin drop. It was so quiet, but so busy. I'm sweating to death. I just felt super uncomfortable. Could you imagine me walking along talking about all this stuff? People would be like, she's a lunatic. And there was this one woman, let me tell you, this woman must have touched every single item in this Goodwill because she stayed in aisles for so long. So it was treacherous out there today, I have to tell you. First, no trolleys at the one in Cheshire, and then this one. Well, anyway, shut up, Natalie. I'm gonna quickly show you what I got at the Cheshire one, the Pottery. I've had a quick look on Google, and some of the signatures I can make out, but then the problem is that such common names that you just don't know who's who, right? Okay, so this one, if I remember, I'll do like pictures and I'll put it on the screen so you can see it a bit better. Now on the back, there's like a stamp. It says Cynthia. Well, you look up Cynthia and there's just like a bunch of them. So I don't know. And it's not like there's nothing on eBay or Etsy, so I can't look at somebody else's listing and figure out the signature. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So anyway, this was $3.99. Heavy. All of these pieces were so heavy. I was a little bit scared that I was going to drop them. This one, now this is massively heavy. It's just unbelievably heavy. This one says, which I believe says Pam Young. Again, $3.99. Looks like terracotta, doesn't it? It must be. Nice piece, but guess how many Pam Youngs there are that does pottery? Quite a few. And again, nothing on blimmin' eBay or Etsy, so I can't figure it out. This one's really nice, $2.99. I cannot work out the signature for love nor money. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you what that says, but nice piece like that. This doesn't have a signature, $3.99. Lovely, lovely, really wide mouth cup. It's not something I would drink out of personally, just because to me it just goes cold really quickly when it's like wide. But whoever made that, top notch. This one, funny enough, this was the only one that came up because they sell it on blimmin' Amazon. Go figure. It's called Mudworks, but it is handmade. It is nice. I really like that. I wouldn't have said you could have got that on Amazon. $1.99 on Amazon. I think they're selling for like $40. I mean, I ain't gonna sell it for that much. It's a bit. This is heavy. So look at the size of this thing. $4.99. It does have some sort of weird stamp, like maker's mark on it. And you know what? Nothing comes up. So I have not a clue. Not a clue. I really don't know. So, although I got some fabulous pieces, I have not a dicky how much they're worth. So, and you know what that's like. You're like, oh, geez. Don't want to sell it for way under, but you just want to be reasonable at the same time. So, anyway, I think everything else that I got, the Oxford one, I showed you. If not, what I'll probably do with this video is I'll just shove up a bunch of pictures at the end just so you can see. I'm really hoping that the next couple of times I go out, and especially when I go home, that either the music's not loud or it's not heaving with people that intimidate. Like it's really intimidating, to be quite honest, because you're like, you don't want to look like a lunatic talking about stuff. So who knows? And funny enough, I was watching this woman. I'm just yabbering now, but I was watching this woman that I watch at home. she doesn't do like thrifting, she does like other stuff. She's really, really nice girl. And she said on the last video that I watched, she kind of has like, sometimes when she goes into places at home, like people come up to her and say, "What you doing? What you videoing?" And I'm like, oh my God, I hope when I go home that doesn't happen. And she says she goes in and like asks people like, "Hey, can I film?" But what do you do if they say no? I mean, obviously you can't film, but that's annoying. And I will make sure that I don't get anybody's face in anything, certainly not the kids and stuff like that. And if there is people that are directly in my thing, I would like, what do you call it? You know what I mean? You wouldn't see their face. So the paranoia is becoming a lot more. I need to just chill out. I need to just be like, people look at you strange anyway. What does it matter if it looks like you're talking to yourself? Because like right now I'm talking to myself, literally. So, oh, and the dog's about to bark because somebody's probably walking down the street. I can hear him growling. Anyway, before he kicks that off, this was that. I remember, hopefully I remember to put up pictures at the end of what else I got. I think I showed you everything. I'm sure I did. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in the whole bloody video concept, to be quite honest, today. And I'm sorry about that, but there you are. I've got to get over myself and whatnot. That's what I just got to do. I've got to get over myself. Anyway, I hopefully by the time I figure this video out and edit the crap out of it, I'd have figured out who these all are. Maybe. But I think they are way too heavy to ship, especially this one. That's a monster. So these will all be going in the booth. The cup I might shove on eBay, and or both the cups, and maybe this piece, but the other piece is way, way too heavy. So anyway, if you stuck around to this long, God love you, because even I'm fed up with myself. So roll on next video. God knows when I'm shoving this video into all the other videos, because probably you've got some more Rhode Island to watch, and wow, that's a different story. Honestly. Anyway, happy thrifting, people. Bye.